lovely viewers. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an incredible story to share with you, one that delves into the world of forgery, audacity, and a modern-day Robin Hood. So, grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's dive into the captivating tale of Lucio. In the heart of France, Lucio started life as an ordinary construction worker. He was a part of a vibrant anarchist community, striving to uphold their principles. But as time passed, the community faced a significant challenge. They needed funds to spread their message. One day, their fate took an unexpected turn. El Quico, a renowned Spanish robber, joined their ranks. He had a reputation for audacious heists and brought a cache of weapons to support their cause. Under El Quico's leadership, the community initiated a series of daring bank heists, redistributing the wealth to their cause and the families of those jailed for their anarchist beliefs. Lucio was drawn into this world of crime. A year passed, and the French government's crackdown led to El Quico's incarceration. Lucio, lacking the courage to continue on his own, hid the weapons and returned to his construction work. When El Quico was released after a year, Lucio was overjoyed. The community had been starved of funds, and they eagerly awaited his return. However, El Quico stunned them by expressing his desire to return to his homeland in Spain. Lucio knew that going to Spain meant certain death due to their criminal activities, and he tried to dissuade him, but El Quico was determined. Gathering a group of 5 people and taking the hidden weapons, he embarked on a perilous journey to Spain, attempting to cross the border illegally. A tragic shootout ensued, resulting in the deaths of El Quico and his companions. Lucio, upon learning of this, sunk into profound sadness, uncertain of what to do next. With their primary source of funds gone, the anarchist community was in dire straits. They needed to spread their principles and gain publicity to survive. Lucio, although reluctant to return to a life of crime, decided it was their only option. He robbed banks, allocating a portion of the funds to the community and the families of fellow anarchists in jail, with another portion reserved for their next plan. Lucio never used the money for personal gain. As the robberies continued, he contemplated a grand forgery, government IDs, specifically passports. The anarchist community was initially skeptical and amused by the audacious idea. Printing a Spanish passport, known for its complex security features, seemed nearly impossible. However, Lucio was undeterred. He sought the expertise of a forger and embarked on an intense effort to replicate the complex layers of a Spanish passport. Against all odds, they succeeded in creating a near-perfect replica. This breakthrough allowed them to facilitate the movement of anarchists between Spain and France, greatly expanding their reach. Alongside their press, which disseminated anarchist principles, Lucio's robberies, mirroring El Quico's methods, provided crucial funds. A portion went to the community, some to the families of jailed anarchists, and the rest toward their next project. Lucio, despite his criminal endeavors, never used the money for personal gain. As their operations continued, Lucio's mind sparked another audacious plan, counterfeiting government IDs, specifically passport IDs. He shared this idea with the anarchist community, which initially erupted in laughter. However, Lucio was determined to prove them wrong. He hired an expert for the intricate task and invested days and nights in creating a mold for the Spanish passport. Their tireless efforts paid off, and they achieved a near-flawless replica of the Spanish passport. The community was astonished when presented with the finished product. Their new forgery allowed them to facilitate the movement of anarchists, expanding their reach and influence. Lucio and his comrades began producing multiple fake IDs, further advancing their cause. During this period, Lucio also found love and married the girl of his dreams. Meanwhile, the world witnessed a significant event, the intense ideological conflict between Cuba and the United States. Cuba staunchly adhered to communism, while the United States championed capitalism. This ideological rivalry strained relations between the two nations, with Cuba under Fidel Castro and Che Guevara's leadership leading the charge for communism. Che Guevara, a prominent figure in this ideological battle, became Cuba's Minister of Finance and embarked on a mission to build alliances and promote communism worldwide. Lucio, always aligned with communist ideals, saw an opportunity to support Cuba's communist cause. He came up with a daring plan to undermine the United States by counterfeiting American dollars, a scheme that, if successful, could severely damage the US economy and capitalism itself. However, when Lucio began investigating the intricacies of counterfeiting, he realized that producing convincing counterfeit American currency was an enormous challenge. He gathered experts, delving into every aspect of counterfeiting. They eventually succeeded in creating molds for counterfeit American dollars that were nearly indistinguishable from genuine currency. The notes they printed were of such high quality that even experts struggled to discern their authenticity. To test their counterfeit money, Lucio visited a bank in France, exchanging a fake note for the equivalent in French currency. The bank clerks meticulously examined the note but eventually exchanged it without suspicion. This success filled Lucio with elation, as he had achieved the near impossible, creating impeccable counterfeit currency. With their counterfeit currency in hand, Lucio concocted a plan to undermine the United States. He approached the Cuban embassy in France and met with a contact he knew well. Lucio proposed a bold idea to flood the United States with counterfeit American dollars, with the aim of crippling the US economy and capitalism. His contact at the embassy was intrigued by the audacious plan but cautious. She informed Lucio that Che Guevara was due to visit France in a week and promised to arrange a meeting. Lucio left the meeting, thrilled at the prospect of presenting his idea to Che Guevara, a legendary figure in the world of communism. A week later, Che Guevara arrived in France, and Lucio was invited to meet him. With hope and excitement, Lucio approached the legendary communist leader, introduced himself, and shared his audacious plan to undermine the United States using counterfeit American dollars. However, Che Guevara's response was unexpected. He sternly rebuked Lucio, stating that such illegal activities were not the path to victory. He emphasized that the US economy was formidable and that the plan was too risky and ethically wrong. Che Guevara urged Lucio to abandon the idea and walked away. The rejection left Lucio deeply disappointed, but he understood the reasoning behind Che Guevara's stance. He had no choice but to abandon the ambitious plan. Lucio's disappointment turned to worry as he realized that he had attracted the attention of the French authorities due to his association with communist activities and his attempt to discuss undermining the US economy. The French government began closely monitoring Lucio, suspecting him of planning illegal activities against the state. They had an exclusive team of spies assigned to watch his every move, fueled by suspicions of his involvement in the recent bank heists. The constant surveillance led to a dilemma for Lucio, who found himself under a magnifying glass. However, he was astute and managed to elude their scrutiny. He concealed his weapons and materials underground, ensuring that they remained hidden from prying eyes. Despite their relentless surveillance, the French authorities could not find any concrete evidence against Lucio. The spy network's persistence resulted in futile efforts. Lucio had successfully outwitted the government at every turn. In the midst of this dangerous game of cat and mouse, the police received an anonymous tip about Lucio's activities. It was someone from within his community who had become disillusioned with the criminal activities. The tip-off was detailed and credible, providing the police with significant information about Lucio's involvement in the bank heists and his plans to undermine the US economy. With this new lead, the police launched a full-scale investigation into Lucio. They conducted raids on the anarchist community's hideouts, uncovering a wealth of evidence, including counterfeit passports, weapons, and stolen funds. Lucio, who had been so careful in hiding his activities, was now facing the imminent threat of arrest. The situation took a grim turn when a member of the anarchist community, under police pressure, revealed Lucio's involvement in the criminal activities and his leadership role. Faced with the possibility of imminent capture, Lucio had to make a difficult decision. In a clandestine meeting, he informed the community of his intentions to go into hiding. He would disappear from their lives to evade the police. The community, although saddened by his departure, understood the necessity of his decision and offered their support. They provided Lucio with the funds he had accumulated from the heists to ensure his safety during his time in hiding. Lucio vanished into the shadows, leaving his beloved community behind. Despite their sorrow at his departure, they continued their fight for anarchist ideals and principles. Lucio spent several years in hiding, moving from one location to another. His notoriety as the modern-day Robin Hood grew, and his legend was shared among the anarchist communities worldwide. However, he was always one step ahead of the law, skillfully eluding capture. As years passed, Lucio continued to live a life on the run. He traveled through various countries, embracing new identities and remaining hidden from the authorities. Lucio had successfully escaped the clutches of the police, but he knew he could never return to his old life. He was forever a fugitive, carrying the weight of his actions and his ideals. The story of Lucio, the modern-day Robin Hood, serves as a complex narrative, challenging traditional notions of right and wrong. His actions, driven by a commitment to anarchist principles, were simultaneously heroic and criminal. Lucio's life was an intricate dance on the fine line between law and justice, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to be debated and discussed to this day. Lucio's journey, from a construction worker to a legendary figure, illustrates the power of conviction and the enduring impact of a single individual on the pages of history. We hope you found this story engaging and thought-provoking. Thank you for choosing to watch our video, and we invite you to explore more captivating tales with us in the future. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey through the life of Lucio, the modern-day Robin Hood. We hope you enjoyed this captivating story that challenges our notions of heroism and villainy. Your support means the world to us, and we look forward to sharing more incredible stories with you in the future. Until next time, take care, and remember, history is filled with tales of those who dared to defy the norm.